Now, you might not know it yet, but if you're a fan of RPGs, your very next favourite game could well be coming next year. So here are some RPGs me and Henry think you really need to be excited about. First up, winter can kind of be cold and dreary, right? So fortunately for us all, we'll have Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth to whisk us off on a tropical adventure on January 26th. This epic new chapter in Ichiban Kasuga's kooky, crime-adjacent adventure will see him heading over to Hawaii and teaming up with old-school Yakuza hero Kasuma Kiryu. He's got a big year ahead of him, that one, with turn-based urban combat likely in tow and now running off to Hawaii on the agenda. Not only will Infinite Wealth set up more absurdly over-the-top turn-based battles for players to brawl their way through, but they'll also get to blow off some steam by running their very own island resort. Dondogo Island is what we got a peek of at the Xbox partner preview early this year, and I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going to be spending most of my 2024. Also, this is a Yakuza game, so it's bound to have enough minigames in it to take up your entire year. And talking of taking up your entire year...
Let's be honest, you can't really know how good a game is going to be until you've played it. But with Persona 3 Reload, you kind of can. Let's just start with the fact that this is a remake of the game, which is already considered to be pretty amazing. It laid the foundation for the Persona franchise as we now know it, an enticing blend of high school social sim and mind-bending turn-based battles. Now, consider how good Persona 5 Royal was, with its gorgeous anime visuals running in smooth 60 FPS, its stylish UIs and slick modern RPG mechanics. Combine those two, and it seems like we'll have something pretty special on our hands when Persona 3 Reload comes straight to Game Pass on the 2nd of February. Atlus really does RPGs like nobody else in the business, and they've also got a brand new, delightfully Persona-ish title launching next year called Metaphor Refantatio. So be sure to subscribe for all the latest info on that one too.
Also, coming day one to Game Pass, we've got Obsidian's shiny new first-person RPG, Avowed. You remember Obsidian, right? I can help you out if not. They're the creators of The Outer Worlds, Grounded, Fallout New Vegas, and that alone should be enough reason to be utterly hyped for this thing. Pillars of Eternity fans will also feel right at home in the world of Iora, although frankly, the bit of it you'll be exploring in Avowed isn't all that homely, I'll admit. A soul-corrupting plague has swept the land, wars are breaking out all over the place, and everyone kinda hates you for being an extremely powerful magic user. Of course, the flip side of that is that you are indeed an extremely powerful magic user. Combine rune-based spells with soul play and even the odd firearm to crush your foes, and you can even tag in a companion to help you out, like this friendly-looking blue dude right here. Now, if you love Elder Scrolls games as much as I do, you are definitely going to want to check out Avowed.
I'll tell you what, if you love old school JRPGs just like I do, then we are in for a banner year in 2024. Not only are classic titles Suikoden 1 and 2 getting the HD remaster treatment, but their creator has a brand new RPG adventure to dazzle players with, Aeon Chronicle 100 Heroes. Aeon Chronicle Rising gave us a little taste of what this new title will have to offer, including its gorgeous blend of 2D and 3D visuals. But 100 Heroes is a whole different ballgame. It promises an epic story to tell, like you'd expect in a JRPG, a finely crafted 6-person battle system, and yes, 100 different heroes for you to party up with. I really do love a game that just does what it says in the title. Aeon Chronicles 100 Heroes is going to be released on April 23rd, and guess what? It's going to be a day one Game Pass drop too.
If your gaming checklist includes becoming an Elden Lord, telling your Wulong Fallen Dynasty and fibbing your way through Lies of P, then prepare to face the next challenge on your to-do list. This is Black Myth Wukong, and yes, you do play as a monkey, but think more Caesar from Planet of the Apes rather than Curious George. Inspired by the classic Chinese tale Journey to the West, this Souls-like action RPG will have players squaring off against a series of mythological foes from towering beasts to mighty warriors. The enemy design here is absolutely off the charts, and one thing is for sure, we've never fought anything like these guys before. But Black Myth Wukong isn't all flying feet and furious fists, it's also got heart. Behind all those dead attacks, each enemy is a complex character with an emotional story of their own for you to go ahead and uncover. You know, if you survive long enough, that is, I'll be totally honest. Sorry, that's just how this is going to go down, and while it looks frankly gorgeous thanks to Unreal Engine 5, due to the frenetic combat coming your way, you probably won't have time to bask in its landscapes for too long.
Oh, don't you just hate it when you head off on a peaceful alpine holiday, only to find yourself hurled into a series of fantastical dungeons with no choice but to battle your way through legions of monsters? Wait, no. Actually, that sounds kind of sweet. Good thing too, because that is exactly what Dungeons of Hinterberg is about. Spend some lazy days wandering this pleasant mountain town and getting to know the good folks there. Oh, and getting some perks from them while you're at it, bonus. And then head out to the dungeons and slay your way to glory. Whether you're chilling out or kicking butt, it all looks glorious thanks to Dungeons of Hinterberg's cel-shaded colour visuals. Best of all, Game Pass members can head straight to Hinterberg on day one.
Dungeons of Hinterberg looked so friggin' beautiful, but now it's a gods versus guns situation in the swashbuckling action RPG Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, yet another day one addition to Game Pass. In this third-person adventure, players have to save mankind from extinction once again by laying the smackdown treatment on a bunch of ill-tempered elder gods. To do so, they're going to need to combine fast, fluid melee combat with old-school flintlock firearms and just a wee dash of magic. But if that all sounds a bit intense, don't worry, you won't be going it alone. You're going to have your own mystical companion, Enki, right alongside you. And up next, Henry has got a great vampire joke for you all. Right, Henry?
Well, we don't usually talk about games that suck, but we'll make an exception for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Get it? Suck, because vampires... I actually think the game's really good. This sequel to the acclaimed story-driven RPG takes place in a sinister version of modern-day Seattle, where Starbucks isn't actually the most powerful organisation in town for a change. With the elder vampires on the brink of open war, you can play the decisive role in deciding who comes out on top. How you go about doing that, though, is totally up to you. You could tackle the rivals head-on or take a more strategic approach. Either way, you're going to get to enjoy the game's immersive brand of combat while you battle to build your vampire empire.
Final Fantasy is to RPGs what, I don't know, the Beatles are to music, or Xbox On are to cool folk saying stuff about video games. This sprawling MMORPG lets players create their very own warrior of light and sets them off on a mission to save the world from perpetual darkness. Along the way, they'll get to explore a vibrant world, craft all sort of items, battle monsters, and of course, the thing we all want the most, hang out with some chocobos. With over 27 million, my goodness, already playing the adventure, you're going to have no problem finding someone to go questing with, but if you do want to go solo, duty support allows you to summon a party of NPC allies to fight alongside you instead. Final Fantasy XIV promises to be an absolute blast, however you play it, and you get a taste of this in January with the open beta. I will see you there.
This one is really special to me, and we even got to check it out at Gamescom 2023. Towerborn is going to take players to a world where society has fallen apart, monsters are everywhere, and what's actually left of humanity could probably fit inside of a single tower. But as grim as that sounds, there's actually a lot of good news too. Don't worry. Firstly, this particular dystopia is pretty gorgeous, covered in greenery and general good vibes. Secondly, there are a band of magical warriors out to save mankind by slicing and dicing their way across the screen. There are tons of weapons to try out, special moves to unleash, and some seriously gnarly combos to put together, especially when you're tagging a friend or three for some co-op multiplayer. Oh, and guess what I'm going to say next? Yeah, Towerborn's coming straight to Game Pass next year.
Now, all of those games are still to come, but Diablo IV already gave us hell in 2023, and it's set to be one of the most diabolically entertaining RPGs of 2024 too, with its very first expansion, Vessel of Hatred, queued up for next year. This new chapter involves a sinister character called Mephisto, who has his own designs for Sanctuary. Probably nothing to worry about, I'm sure he just wants to open a coffee shop or something like that. A new class is also being added into the mix though, and while we don't exactly know what that is yet, Blizzard have promised it will bring something that the Diablo universe has never seen before. So consider us very, very excited. And also don't be deterred if you aren't sure you'll have time to finish Diablo 4's main campaign before Vessel of Hatred arrives, because you're going to be able to jump straight into the new content when that arrives, regardless. So that's it. What did we miss? Hit the comments to let us know about the RPGs you're most looking forward to, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell while you're down there. Thanks everyone. Bye.